Okay,
That'll
listen,
quit.
bro, listen to this, yo, because it's gonna eat up the last 5-10 minutes. It's a story about how I got played during the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tell that.
I was at the company that I am now, right? I had moved, relocated, whatever. It was 100% remote. The economy started looking shaky or whatever. You know, people started cutting back, and in the marketing industry, when people start to cut, one of the first things they cut is marketing.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
uncontrollable variable. They just want static, whatever. So we started losing a couple clients. People started applying. People was leaving, whatever. So I started looking around like, hey, I might have to, do something too. So I get back out here. I'm applying, doing all this stuff, and I came across this company that had a similar role as me that I was doing. And I was like, oh, that looked like a good fit, like the salary, whatever. So I applied for it. Did the whole easy apply joint or whatever. And a couple days later, Slim reached out to me. Was like, hey, really loved your profile. I think you have the skills for whatever it is. Let's schedule an interview for X, Y, and Z date. So I'm like, cool. So man, I'm at home. I show up. I research the company. They look pretty large. So I'm like, all right, let me put my best foot forward, even though I'm working remote. So I would go. Look, I I put on a suit for this at home interview. I'm full suit. I ain't just put on the top. Like
You
I'm
put the
full
bottoms
on too. Whole suit, everything. Sharita cracking up. She like, they can't see you. I'm like, hey, I'm putting on
Hey,
the
you
suit.
gotta
Right.
put
If
on.
I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
right? So I put on the suit to interview in my living room, and went through the initial interview. It seemed normal. It was like great. She loved it. She thought I was well articulated. She was like, I feel confident about you. I'd love to move you to the next phase. Next phase, as usual, project with a presentation or whatever.
Yeah.
So she gave me this project. She's like, we basically pretend that you have this new product offering that we're trying to go to market with. How would you roll it out? How would you reach this industry that is untapped, etc.? So I go into my bag, do the presentation, bruh. I'm talking about slide deck, all that type of stuff. So she reached out to schedule an interview, was like, gave me all the information, whatever. So I put together a presentation, everything. So before that next interview, she go, would you mind sending me over an outline basically what you plan to discuss on the whatever so that I can prepare for the interview? I ain't think nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I send her an outline of like what I'm preparing to talk about for this interview because I'm
Mhm.
like, this is a presentation.
Mhm.
She said other people were going to be there. So I'm best foot forward. So interview come back around, same thing, full suit, presentation deck, everything ready. No one is there but her. She's the only one there. She made an excuse why no one else can make it, time conflicting, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just her. So I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, cool, that stuff happens. Whatever. I'm still at the interview. I'm like, I'm at the interview, so I'm
Mhm.
ready to go. So I'll do it. She's like, are you comfortable with that? I'm like, yeah, it's cool, no problem, whatever. So as soon as I started, though, she's like, do you mind if I record this presentation so that because for the others who are missing, I would love to allow them the opportunity to be able to see you or
Mhm.
I'm not hip. I'm going through, I'm like, hey, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would love for them, because then I don't have to do another interview. In my head, I'm like, nah, I don't have to do another
Yeah.
interview. They could just watch me work or whatever. So she pushes record. I go through the whole presentation, slide deck, notes, everything, bro. Data, stats, statistics, the full rollout, the whole shebang. At the end of it, she's raving about how, this is so amazing. I love this, whatever. She's like, this is the best presentation I've ever seen, yada, 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 whatever. And, I'm just gloating because I'm
Right,
like,
right.
hey, you see me. You see me. You want me, right? So
Right.
I done it. So I'm like, cool. She telling me next step. She's like, look, I have to get you in with everybody else. She's like, I promise you one more interview, the final one. I just want everyone to see you. She's like, this is pretty much done. So I get off of the interview with Sharita. I'm like, hey, new job on the way. Bag. I'm like, they handing your man the bag. Like I'm on my way. I'm talking. I'm like, I'm preparing. I'm like, I didn't tell nobody else at work.
Mhm.
People making plans for the rest of the year. I'm saying stuff to myself like, don't worry about the rest of the year
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing all this stuff. She hit me up. The lady hits me up the next day. And she goes, hey, just to follow up, she was like, I was able to share your presentation with some of the others, whatever. They were really into it. They were like, they wanted to know if you wouldn't mind sharing that presentation deck that you went through with me so that they can match it with your video as they review the rest of the applicants, right? So I didn't think nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
I emailed her the presentation. And, bruh, after I emailed her that presentation,
She ghosted.
me. Slim ghosted me, bro. She legit ghosted me.
Yeah.
She's like, you'll hear from me in a couple days. A couple days went by, I didn't hear from her, so I'm trying to be proactive. I email her like, hey, just want to check in on to see if this opportunity is still available. Haven't heard from you. this email cannot be delivered to whatever.
No.
I got a disclaimer. Like, I couldn't even send the email.
Yeah.
Lady ghosted me. I get on the internet, job position gone,
Wow.
job posting gone. She put up the job posting to basically find somebody to do her job. I did her job for her without knowing that I was doing her job because I thought I was going through an interview. She took my presentation. She took my video so that she could basically regurgitate my presentation proposal and disappear. After that, I was like, I'm not applying for a job ever again in my entire life. And I just like, I'm staying here. But I didn't know people did that. So then I told somebody else and they were like, you didn't know people do that? And then other people were like, yeah, you're never supposed to, if you do send a presentation, put a watermark on it or something like that before you give it up. I did not know to do that. So I gave everything away, and she took all of my IP and everything that I put together to roll out her situation.
Yo, that's wild.
So I was like, bruh.
That's wild.
She played me for real. Like, I'm like, I would have never thought to do that.
Got a taste.
Bro, you need to, I'm surprised
so
you
I
put her on blast.
I done put hours into putting that presentation together because I thought so I done took hours to do something I ain't getting paid for. I ain't got no job. And then I had to go back to where I was telling my mind I was leaving from. No bag. Wasted two suits.
That's crazy.
For nothing, bro. I was hurt.
I would have reached out to her superiors.
Bro, I couldn't even figure out. I didn't even. So then I go back and start looking at some of the emails that she had texted. Like, she played me, bro. Like, even to the point of CCing people that seemed legit in the company to make it seem like she's looping me in. You know, that's corporate America words, looping me in with these other people. Yeah. And so I'm like, all right. So I'm looking around. None of those names are real.
That's
none
crazy.
of those people were real names at the company.
So did you do any research?
I did. Like, I looked after that. I looked the stuff up. Everything about the company was legitimate. Sometimes when a company is real large, they don't put like
different
the staff on the page. So everything everything about the company checked out. The company is 100% legit.
Yeah.
She, on the other hand, was not. And there was no like data bank for me to go through and look through. So the only thing I could think of after that was looking at the names in the email and trying to go to LinkedIn and typing in the names to see if those people
were real.
Would real and pop up. Couldn't find a single one of those people on LinkedIn or whatever it is. And so I was just like, bruh, she legit.
She played.
She played me, bro.
Is she even on LinkedIn?
I found she was on LinkedIn before because I always do that. When I'm about to interview with people, I log out because it'll tell you if you look at somebody's profile.
Right.
So I log out and search the names so that I can look at them, kind of see what their role is and all that type of stuff, see how long they've been there, all those types of. So I always look people up on LinkedIn, and I looked them up on Facebook. I looked them up on Facebook too, right? So because I'm trying to get that info on them. So when I originally looked her up, everything checked out. She was there. Everything was there. I go back, bruh. She not even on LinkedIn. She wasn't even on LinkedIn. I got played, bro. I had never experienced that before in my entire life. Ever since then, I've been hesitant about a presentation. Now, every time they want to do no, you can't record me. I don't let people record me no more. None of that type of stuff because it scarred me, bro.
That's wild.
And now I know to put a watermark on all of my.
That's crazy.
Yeah, on all of my
that's
joints.
Crazy.
Yeah, property of
whatever. I don't know what the watermark gonna be, but it was just like, bro, I didn't even expect that. Like, I just imagine that though. You think you about to get this job that's like 50,000 more than what you making right now, so you putting your best foot forward or whatever it is, all for to get played, and then have to go back to your. I was hurt, yo. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
That's like when Martin hit the lotto. Martin hit the lotto, was buying all that stuff, and everybody.
You want a Ferrari? You got a Ferrari.
I was hurt, bro.
That's crazy.
I was hurt.
Nah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, I'm glad. Here's the thing. I'm glad that story did not go to waste.
Yeah.
Now we done told everybody.
Yeah. What not to do.
What not to do. Don't give away your intellectual.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's real.